So it was a race.
It was not really a race.
Let's hear a version.
Everyone wanted to have the head girl. Everyone was like, yo, this lady is so pretty, she matters and everything. And everyone was like, yo, we want to have the head girl.
And then if you
give me a version, yeah.
If you're dating
your version.
Now, you are this.
I want to hear his version.
They even thought I was the head boy because that's the response that came from.
You are dating the head girl.
So they even thought
Manika except me.
No.
I knew you was the fucking I knew this nigga is the short guy who's cunning and stubborn. Yeah, everyone except
but everyone else thought I was the head boy.
Hello champions. It's a brand new episode from Jaba podcast, and as you know, today we are having a very special person, a friend and a homie. Before that, we're having a Ben, who is a co-host. So hey, before anything else, my name is Klein in Africa, and welcome to Jaba. Hey Benz.
Yes.
Welcome and welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm so fine.
I'm fine. It's an early morning.
Yes.
Nimerauka huku mazee. Yeah, and let's do this.
All right.
So Regan,
Yes.
tell us something about yourself.
Well, so it's nice to be at Jaba. My name is Carson. You can call me Rick and Carson. And I don't know what you want to know about myself because most of the time, if you're told to tell people about yourself, they expect you to talk about your life, what you do, your experiences in life. So I don't know if that is what you expect me
That
to
is
do.
what we mean.
That is it.
That is it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do I start? Because
Just start from the, start from down there.
down there.
Yeah.
Because well, I don't think I know much about myself because you always know that the reason why I've been avoiding to come here is because I don't really know how to speak about myself, how to tell my story, because I believe that you have been a homie for quite some time, and we've grown together, and you've been a friend, and you quite know much about me. And I think at some point you will remind me of something Nikki forgets.
Yeah, ukisahau tutakwambia tu buda.
Apo.
Budi waende kidogo. Yeah.
Okay.
So where was your birthplace?
My birthplace, I think my ID reads Rongo. My ID reads Rongo in Rakwaro, so I think that's why I was born. That's why I was born, and not in Awendo really, because I grew up, found myself in Awendo, but I think my ID and birth certificate reads Rakwaro in Rongo.
Oh yeah, so ulizaliwa hosi uko Rongo, Rakwaro.
I think.
Yeah, most of the people time yetu walikuwa nazaliwa in that is a Rakwaro.
You also born there?
No.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
I was born under a tree, bro.
Yeah. That's funny. How did your mama give birth to you under a tree, man?
I don't know, man. Mother alikuwa ananiambia alikuwa naenda na ikamlemea jo. So yeah, alikuwa anaenda kwa this whatever. Azine wanaitwa aje? Yeah, midwives. And then kufika kwa compound yake hapo sasa ndikabidi
akaangukia chini ya
hapo hiyo. So I don't know.
Is that the reason why you're so stubborn and stuff?
No, bro. I'm the most humble nigga.
No,
I'm not.
Today tunaambiana ukweli because we are homies.
Yeah,
you know me and I know you better. So if I say you're stubborn, you don't have to lie on the camera. You don't have to lie on the camera because I know you.
Those are the days unaona sasa disadvantages ya ku-interview my whole
Yeah, because I can't lie to you on the camera and you can't lie to me. So
alright, we're not going to lie. I'm not like stubborn, like like that
just a little.
Just a little.
So what's the relationship between stubbornness and meeting.
Ukisema miti unajua tuta overthink man. Bro, I'm not yo check it. Mimi I don't want that. Check story yangu isikuwe big deal hapa sawa. Siku moja tuta open up tuseme because hiyo ni story iliambiwa Juju. It's like I'm here to just sit my mom down and niambie
your story step by step. One by one.
This time nilikuwa nataka niandike some book about myself. So I was asking my mom hizo vitu zote vya nilizaa vya mitu ni you know, so she was just giving me some overview. Lakini hatuja tuka chini. Akapiga details nikaandika, you know. That is we had to do that. So enough of my shit. Enough of my shit.
Well,
check it. Enough of my shit.
We loved your shit.
I wanted to add more.
Yeah, we loved your shit. You can't just
enough of my shit, bro.
You can't just be brought to the world under a tree, check. Man.
Mimi ndo na interview wazee.
Ama ilikuwa walipatana chini ya miti. Kapigwa miti.
That's how now my mom and my dad hawakukutana chini ya miti. Sawa? Tuachie story hapo. Hii story ya miti maniga. Maybe let's say tree. Yeah,
tree.
When you say tree, it's in a little bit, you know, ina bring out that sense, the structural tree.
So
ina growing, ina roots, you know.
But kila miti iko na root.
But I was watching something and it was like yo, when they say a tree in Swahili ni mti. But I like how you think. Yeah, I like how you think. Because if we say miti, everyone else jumps into the other thing.
Sasa tuseme forest basi.
No, it was not enough. Haikuwa msitu. Na ukisema msitu pia it means something else.
But this check it. Haikuwa msitu. Fanya hivi, nilizaliwa na handmade. Handmade alisaidia my mom.
Okay.
Kwake.
Under a tree.
Kwake.
Chini ya mti.
Tucheze na kwake,
No, chini ya mti, tucheze na chini ya mti.
Sawa, chini ya mti.
Kivuli cha mti.
Okay, you know, I'm here to confirm. You know, I don't want to just I'm here to confirm kama ilikuwa ni hiyo shit. So I'm just going to ask my mom if you know location. Because I'm damn sure mimi sikuzaliwa Hosi.
Alright.
Yeah, that is 100% sure, you know, because aliniambia that hakumake it kwenda Hosi. The labor pain ilimwanza kama bado alikuwa huko, so you know, they had to. So reckon, wewe ulizaliwa Hosi. Advantage ya kuzaliwa Hosi ni gani?
I don't know. Is it the reason why nime come out so polished and yeah, because I look at myself in the camera, I look good. What the fuck?
So
very right.
Sasa yani wewe ndio unatetea mzee.
You see,
oh god. Oh, so sisi watu wa handmaids?
No, not sisi. It's definitely only you. You.
Okay. I have people.
What people?
Unaweza kuona wasona watch up the champions.
No, anyone can drop their comments if they were born under a tree.
No,
let us
like
know.
Handmade.
No, under a tree. Under a tree, living under a tree. You said it yourself.
Yeah, we can be saying this and maybe hata nilisikia vibaya. Maybe hata mother kuniambia
no. But it's not too late to change that. The audience already have it. Well,
maybe nilisikia vibaya shit. Ndio maana I keep on saying, let me go ask. You know there's someone who will get back to me. And she's still alive. So let me just go ask.
But she's the one who told you at a tree.
No, she didn't tell me that. She didn't tell me that. You know, just let's just back down for a minute.
All right.
And scratch that. She didn't tell me that. She told me something close to that. You know, there's a tree involved and her going to the handmaid's place. You know, so your story is cool. Haikuishi hapo. That's what I'm saying. Let me just go confirm and I promise the next episode nitakuja na details niwaambie like ukweli sasa. Because right now I had a tree and I had a handmaid and I had like a house and a compound. So You know,
inside a compound.
So you know, it's more of
inside the house. You see, some trees do grow inside the house. And then that house.
And they're put in a compound. So now I like the way Adibas is thinking, because Adibas.
Are we talking about the same thing? Because this is way.
Napenda hiyo mti Adibas. Hiyo compound ni kama she's talking about your mama as the compound, you know. And the tree, you know, the tree is talking about that is growing inside a compound.
And you got number to endele.
Because
this
no, let's put a pin on that.
You sound like we are putting any pin.
No, we are putting a pin on that because we are waiting for you to confirm that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's put a pin on it. We'll wait for you to confirm.
Yeah, confirm tukiendaga manzi. So confirm tukiendaga. Right now we're talking about you.
Yeah, right.
And my nigga, you're not polished. Tuanze hapa. You are not polished. Usiniambia hapa eti wewe uzaliwa OC. Sawa basi. Mko polished. Wewe uzaliwa polished hapa sasa.
No, I think
it's also Polish because of the raising up.
No, not really. Not really. It all starts from where you are born.
Okay.
It all starts from there, Limen.
Because you've seen me, you know, I get polished, you know, come on.
No, you're trying. You're getting used to it.
You're
getting used to it because
trying.
You're getting yourself polished.
No, I can't.
You're polishing yourself, but we were polished from the beginning at the hospital.
Me, I was polished from the beginning, like my raising up and everything. Ni vile sasa, the type of job I do. Was got polished, got too.
Anyway, that was just by the way because we didn't mean it.
Yeah, go polished.
You guys
msema ni kama like usiku na venye okay ni kama hand
venye
kutoa na kati hiyo shit na hiyo shika mtu ina ushie na ufanye hivi breast milk ni nini maji kila siku anakupiga instruction na but nje hosi unazaliwaga unaoshwa vizuri unaako sawa unaanza kuwa polele unaanza kuwa police like naturally from there which is you know which is not true. Yeah, because the people when you mazala hosi pia na ni watu wengine wambwake ni sana.
Okay.
That's all right.
So and so
it depends on the nurse who handled the mama.
No, it all depends on the bringing up, bro. Unaweza kuumehandliwa na Mother Teresa, bro. Very very cordially and very like you're giving the best in that 1 hour ama hiyo 1 day ulikuwa hapo. Alafu unatoka hivi unaenda Ghetto. Penye the next door ni pombe and the next door ni weed and the next and sasa unaanza kuwa raised up without the Mother Teresa now and then utajujui.
Well, it all comes in the raising up because I was raised by I don't know whether to call them strict parents or something, but they were not really strict because I think whenever my dad was high, my mom was down. Whenever my mom was high, my dad used to
also walikuwa na balance
walikuwa na balance because I think every time nilikosea dad, mama alikuwa na come in kunitetea nisichapwe sana and stuff. And every time nilikosea mom, dad alikuwa usichape mtoto sana. So I was like raised by very nice parents. I think the relationship I have with my parents, I think you've noticed it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, because my dad and I, my mom and I, we talk about stuff because if you ask my mom.
You guys mnaka age mates manze. Sana your dad manze wewe unakaga age mate ya your dad.
Yeah, he looks like my brother. Every time we walk and talk and laugh and everyone thinks sisi ni mandugu, but I think that's the kind of relationship every parent should have with their children because literally every single thing about my life they get to know. When I'm stressed, they get to know. When something is happening, even when I fall in love, they get to know. Yes. I think my mama gets to know.
Buddha, no, that's up, bro. Hapo utakuwa unatudanganya hapo vibaya. When you fall in love, the way you fall in love, like the way you fall in love, when? So maybe uniambie mmoja amekushika sana mwenye unaona ncheki huyu. Sasa huyu anafaa kwetu.
No, my mom literally knows about all my girlfriends.
Every single
Yes.
one of them.
Ever since I started dating. No, she knows.
Kuna mother niko na huyu lakini
and
jana
even when I'm
nilikuwa na ule.
heartbroken, every time I'm heartbroken, she knows. She knows that I'm heartbroken, and she's always the one who consoles me. You'll always meet people like this.
Akiwa meet kwa tuseme kwa streets, maybe in the market, atakuwa anaangalia huyu kwa sura aseme ni huyu kijana, huyu msichana
Ali had break. No. Like my mom is not around. She's in Mombasa.
So
literally
huwa mnaongea tu kwa
simu.
Yeah. Kuna
chika hapa kananitesa moyo.
Na hajai waona hata moja.
Really wengine ameonanga kwa picha, like he asked me to send so that she can weka makucha. Wanasemanga kuweka choyo kogo. Yes, so that she can verify and say, okay, my son knows how to pee. So I think that's the kind of relationship I have with them. Like I don't shy off from telling them anything, so they know. So
that is nice.
That's how I came up. But I will also say allegedly, because you also said you heard from your mama. So I heard from my mama that I was very stubborn when I was young. So nikiacha tu kidogo
ushaingia kwa sufuria ya maji,
drum ya maji, everything. And there was this one particular time they left me with my sister, and then my sister was like very busy with the telenovelas, hizi soaps zenye zinakujanga. So she left me to roam around. I was still crawling, I guess. So the crates za mayai zilikuwa zinagonga stacked kwa nyumba. So I went to the kitchen, was breaking each and every one of the egg, breaking. So when I had enough, I was now breaking them and pouring them all off. So wakirudi, they were like, yo, I think they had a photo of that. Yes, they had a photo of that, because I was sitting there all covered in around eggshells na mayai imemwagika everywhere. Nilikuwa nimekunywa mayai vibaya sana. So they were telling me when I grow up and have some decent job, I will be paying them for the eggs and the thermoses that I broke and the glasses that I broke. Yes.
You see?
So I think that's literally every child's
No, that's not. Yeah,
you didn't break some eggs and some glasses.
Unasikia? Umetoka hosi afu unakuja
kuvunja mayai.
Unasikia? Na sisi tumetoka huku wanbe na sisi ni watoto wazuri.
Au ku break some glasses.
We never broke. I never Buddha. That's why nakwambia it's about the upbringing. It's not about the place.
Aside from your upbringing, that there are people who are just born calm people. Like me, you see, I'm a very calm person.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm a very calm person. Right from...
I don't know you that much, but looking from your eyes, you don't look like you're calm. Because calm people don't talk about meetings and everything. Calm people don't talk about meetings and compounds and talk about people's mama getting late. No.
Miti. Unajua sasa mimi by the mimi mwenye, first of all, I was not even an Adventist from right from when I was brought into this world.
That is new, bro.
I was born in an Anglican church. Then my mom got married kwingine. Then now
she had to switch faith up.
She had to switch, then mimi bado nilikuwa nimebaki huko kwingine. And later on in life, I came and joined them. So when I joined them, you see, when I joined them, a lot of things happened. But then in a way, that faith shaped my growing up again. Because at some point I was about to commit suicide, and then it's the same faith that
you're about to commit suicide. Why?
Well, you get there.
It's not about me today.
No. As we are sharing my story,
it raises concern.
It raises concern because some audience are watching.
We hear every time. Na kama yako ilikuwa juu umejam, juu na nyinyi watu wapole mnakuwa mmejam juu ya pencil, juu ya nini.
Alikuwa
So what
amejam.
happened?
Niyo tu kujam juu. Kila mtu anajam. Hao wenye wanajiua wote.
Ulijam juu ya like what could push you to the wall mpaka ufike ni kama unataka.
I don't know, family issues too. Ilifanya nifike at that end. I was in class 2 or 3. It was more in class 2, I think.
Class 2 and 3 family issue, like maybe you guys you're not being treated nice with the other parent now.
Hapana, ilikuwa tu hiyo familia it was family issues too. Unajua tu hivyo family issues. And then to some extent nilisha plan about how to do it, how to execute everything, but then going to church, I listened to my peers. It was all planned by God, so that nisijiwe. Juu tulijipata tu hapo, nilijipata tu hapo in the middle of my peers walikuwa naongelelea kuhusu kwenda mbinguni. Walikuwa naongea venye watu wenye wamejiua, they'll not even be raised from the dead when Christ comes. So I became really curious. Why? Mbona? So hapo you see hapo ndio ilikuwa imepata I was still new SDA. Then sasa nasikia that's a good message. So that's one message that saved my life. Wao hata wakujua they were saving someone. So I think it was more of
ilikuwa ni God.
Yeah, it was God who was
God who kuweka kwa places zingine hata wewe hujui na hata hao wenyewe hawajui that it's God that is working.
They didn't know that hata hadi wa leo hawajajua they saved me.
Utaenda kwa admit bro, unajua siku moja ile time mlikuwa mnaongelea hivi na hivi mimi nilikuwa nataka kujua na mka it's hard to admit that shit.
But let's just pause for a while and maybe concentrate on the audience and let them know that it is never that serious. Yes, it is never that serious because we have our journey rolled out ahead of us and no one knows how tomorrow will be like and hakuna mwenye najua like if tomorrow will be better or not. So you just have to push through, like you push through.
But I think it's more of ignorance because I have a friend again tulikuanga na yeye class committed suicide, alikirusha kwa hiyo ni kifo nyingine yenye siwezi taka, but sasa mimi nilikuwa nataka kujidunga kisu. I just wanted to lie there in a pool of blood. I was so pissed. But then ndio sasa nasema it's more of ignorance. Ujui you're doing some injustice to yourself that God hawezi taka kuona umechukua uhai wako. It's something that belongs to him. So ni yeye anafaa kuichukua na ukiichukua yeye mwenyewe you have some questions to answer.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you were saying, it's never that serious until it is.
Ukumfungua hiyo shit. Lakini wewe pia.
But I asked him so much. Then it was like, kiko sawa. So yeah, I was raised up by such parents, and you know that's why I was saying it's important to have such a good relationship, because if you had that, you would tell your mom or dad that this is
wrong, by the way. And it's not like
pissing me off.
You know, it's not like it's important to have a relationship with the parents. No, it's important for your parents to raise you to have a relationship with them. You are raised so good that naturally umekuwa na relationship na wase because of how they raised you up. It's not like you learned how to relate na watu kwa shule. Ati ulienda kwa shule ndio nafaa niko close to my dad and mom. It's like they made you feel so comfortable with telling them anything. They made you feel like you matter. They were so close to you in like hizo vitu ndogo. So you are naturally too ulikuwa very close to them.
Well, I think I can give them that.
Yeah.
Naweza wapea hiyo kwa sababu
give them their flowers, man. Give them their flowers because they did it good.
They did a good job.
They did a good job.
Yes, because I think the one in charge of discipline
Yeah.
alikuwa mom.
Mhm.
And then iki-exit sasa dada alikuwa anaichukua from a different perspective, because mom was the caning guy and then dad was the talking guy, you know. Ataongea na wewe once, twice, ikizidi kiboko. Sasa you know ukichapanga na dad ujue imefika place.
Hiyo sasa
yeah, okay. There's this one particular time, unajua I grew up in Judendi.
Not Sony, bro.
Not Sony. We moved to Sony, but first I don't know whether you know.
Then you are staying at home.
You know Robert, the Elgon guy.
Yeah.
So they had some plot uko juu karibu na hii satellite ya hapo juu. Kiteremka hapo. After umetoka Victory Secondary School, ulikuwa na nini hapo?
Yeah, I know the place.
Yeah, that area.
You're a Rapcom.
Yes, that area, all of it is still Judendi, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up there, and then dad was like, I don't want to see you this and this such a kids and what. So kulikuwa na hii place walikuwa nakujanga kumwaga sawdust. Unamwaganga sawdust hapo juu, so ilikuwa like a hill. Ilikuwa imemount like a hill. So tulikuwa kuna watoto walikuwa na panda hapo anacheza. I don't know whether you remember hizi advertisements BD za Blue Band nini
the best.
Wakikuja kulikuwa na wazee walikuwa wanajipaka. I think they were just young men wanajipaka white and then they look like old men, and then now they are playing Kibe Sangale Kibe.
Yeah,
you remember that kind of song?
I remember.
Yes. So these kids adopted the song. And even how it was being played, and my daddy didn't like it. So whenever he came from work, he used to meet them dancing on top of that hill, sodas. And he used to chase them away because they were just dancing. Ilikuwa mbele ya place tulikuwa tunaishi. So he used to chase them away. So one day he came from work, akanipata hapo na cheza na all
Kibe Sangale.
Nilishikwa. I was almost being killed that day because alinishika akanipeleka kwa juu, alinichapa, and he's always warned me not to dance with those boys and not to play with them because they were bad influence. That's what he said. Yes, because he didn't like what they were doing. So and I think that particular time my mom was sick. I don't know what angered him, but it is not the dance that angered him. Now when I come to think of it, I think that day he just had his issue.
Alafu wewe pia unakuja kunihit
na tena. I think he just had anger issues. Yes, he was just frustrated because the way he handled that thing was not the way he could have handled it under normal circumstances. Yes, under normal circumstances angenichukua ni chape tu. But this one, he caned me, and at one particular point alinishika juu anataka kuniangusha kwa floor. Boss, is that really a reason to beba your child and want to hit him on the floor because he was dancing with
He didn't though. He didn't.
No, he didn't because my mom on the sick bed. No, my mom on the sick bed cried out loud. Akamwambia achana na huyo mtoto ataua huyo mtoto. Like she. Yes, I think that's what made him stop because I think it was just mad at something.
So is this the reason as to why you guys moved? So
no, that's not the reason. That was not the reason because you know that was just for me coming to think of it nikiwa mkubwa sasa. I look at that situation and say he just had anger issues because my dad before he became who he is now, huko kitambo alikuwa tu na anger issues, like he was so frustrated at some point. Alikuwa na frustrations zingine. I don't know why. I don't know if it was work or marriage or something. I didn't really ask about it, but he had anger issues. You know, every small thing used to trigger his anger. Alikuwa anakasirika sana. So at some point I think he met Jesus, and then he was like, so I think that's what he said. That
when
Jesus quenched his anger.
Jesus quenches your anger. So
before then, you guys were like, you were just like pagans in that house.
Not really. We used to go to church, and I think my mom was the one who held on to faith. More than my dad.
Alikuwa anaenda tu church go.
Yes, alikuwa anaenda because
alikuwa amemeet Jesus kwa the corridors of the church.
Alikuwa anaenda tu anaona watu wakiimba. They talk about Jesus, but he had never met him at the corridors of the church. Yes. So at some point he met him, and then even became a pastor, and it was like it was even right now he has his own church in Kanga. So
meaning when you meet Jesus, they met and talked quite.
Yeah, I think they talked for quite some time, and then they agreed that you dude, this is not the way to go. I don't like how you become angry at small things. Yeah, so I think they talked and wakaelewana, wakasema okay.
Yeah, just like Paul.
Yeah, just like Paul. But I think was it Saul who made Jesus?
Yeah, it's Paul, Saul.
No, it's Saul, because after he met him, he became Paul.
Yeah, it's Saul. It's Saul.
But you see, I hear people do argue that hiyo jina ili change ni tu venye sasa I'm Bernard. When I go to the other side, kuna venye wana pronounce kama sasa yani kuna wenye wananiita
Saul and Paul, bro. That is
so in Greek
pronunciation.
In Greek kuna wenye wanaita Paul in another way kuna tuseme in Greek alikuwa anaitwa Paul na hii Roman sijui sasa ndio wanaita Saul. So there was that confusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But I think whatever knowledge you've had tangu tu anze kuwa watoto, and the theory, the religion part and everything you end up knowing, we've been taught that he was changed from Saul to Paul. Yeah. That's what we were taught.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's what we'll stick by.
It's all right.
Because different doctrines say different things, but we were taught. I think even you were taught that.
Yeah.
That.
Taught that.
Yes. So just like you said, some people.
Watu SD wakiagi hivyo itabidi tume let's put a pin on that.
That's why I don't like it. If we start doing that here, I'm too adwend. We'll go on and on and on.
These people know the Bible. I'm telling you. And yakisema kuna venye it's about pronunciation. Bro, me hata sijaisikia hiyo shit. Sijaisikia argument kayo all my life. CRE and everything, like primary, high school, I've learned that ilikuwa literally from Saul to Paul.
Yeah.
So you are the first person ameniambia ati hiyo ilikuwa ni story ya pronunciation, which we should just put a pin on it so that tuende tu that was the case. And hizi vitu zote tumeputa pin on it, manze tutaziangalia in the next episode. So how is it that someone hama kutoka Awendo town hadi Sony?
Yes, my dad was working in Sony.
Okay.
So to one point alipewa nyumba Sony, so they just moved.
So I thought mtu anapewa tu work na nyumba at the same time.
Well,
unapewa tu janta Sony and then unapewa keja pia.
Until keja ipatikane, because at that point watu bado walikuwa wengi nyumba, so
someone
mtu left
akileft aende maybe kutoka kwa E mtu anaenda D, kutoka D mtu anaenda C,
ama retire ama fukuze job.
Yes, ama fukuze job. So until some vacancy ilipatikana kwa nyumba, you are not assigned a house. Unapewa job and then the house comes later. But if you are lucky enough upewe job na house iko.
So how does it work? Let's say kuna rank ya kuishi pale D, alafu ka space ikapatikana pale semi E. Utaenda E ama
no. Wanapatiana kwa ranks. Like you just said, you have the rank ya kuishi D. Najua D mostly ni superintendents, managers, sub-managers. And then C, A, B, C gets uko. It's the top managers, yes. So you cannot be a manager na uishi semi-E. You get? Yes, it's more like ukiona mtu anaishi D, kuna hierarchy. Ukiona mtu anaishi ABC gates, kuna hierarchy. So you cannot give someone who is worthy of getting a house in.
I also said class uko basa.
Wame said
class.
They said if we go to ABC gates, kila mtu akona gate yake, akona compound yake, nini,
and place ya kupark gari.
Na kila eventually kuna parking juu probably wako na gari.
They assume kila mtu ako hii base
na gari.
Na hata D iko na parking.
Yes, hata D.
Hii ina parking.
Sasa hii
unajitengenezea. But I think siku hizo wameachia hii casuals na uko F. Casuals, yeah. So I spent I think my first few years, but I think class 4, because the whole time from class 1, I was in Susana.
Yeah.
Yes, I was in Susana Academy.
Mm.
And then when we moved to Sony, now Susana was quite far. We went to St. Benedict's. Yes, and
Raise your voice a little bit.
yes, we went to St. Benedict's
Yeah.
after moving to Sony. So yeah, that was the life in Awendo. Now we've gone to Sony. Tunaanza life huko, starting to make new friends.
I met you when we were at Sony Primary, and you were living at Sony.
Yes, and that was in class 8, I guess. Yes. So I think basically making friends was not my kind of thing.
No, look, love boy son. We'll talk about.
Not really. No, no, you can't say that. I was still young. I didn't know what.
You didn't know.
I didn't know what love was.
You didn't know what.
I think I feel like love is something you're born in.
Yes, you're born in, but at some point you don't realize it until you realize it.
Mimi nilianza mapenzi sijui nikiwa
ile ya pencil, sijui kukaa kando ya mtu, kutembea na mtu, sijui.
Nilianza mapenzi kitambo bana. Nimependana.
Mlikuwa mnatumia ile miti ulikuwa unasema?
Miti gani? Miti ni miti.
No, ulikuwa unaongelea miti hapa, and you're saying you started knowing these things ukiwa mdogo. So I'm just wondering, hii miti na mti na msitu, did you come to know it?
You see, hizo zote nilijua, but then not all relationship is all about sisi kuna time tuna meet kando ya barabara, hatuwezi meet chini ya mti kila time.
Okay.
Probably pia is on the compound.
Okay. So I think I had one particular friend who, even when I moved to Sony, we were still friends. Yes, we were still in touch. He used to come and visit in Sony. I used to come and visit in Awendo, and yeah.
That is yeah, Geoffrey. Shout out to Olago, man. Shout out.
No, Geoffrey is my big time pal. You know, he's been a friend.
Yeah, he's been a friend.
But I'll be honest, because lately we've not been so much in touch.
No.
Yes.
We grew apart,
I think we grew
growing up,
apart.
yeah, kila mtu like unajua mtu anaenda mbali, and then we pia
yes, hustle tunapeleka watu, like right now it's been quite some time we've not seen each other, and it's quite far. Like right now I think he's around Malindi or somewhere. So I think people do grow apart, but I still believe that when we come together, we still have that.
Still
bond.
beautiful.
Yes, still beautiful. So that's one unique thing about us men.
Yeah.
Because ladies' relationships, once you're
gone, you're gone.
Once you're gone, you're gone. Yeah. But now that's what we hold on as men, because it's very difficult for us to make friends, and very difficult to find a reliable friend. Yes, so
true.
When I went to Sony,
me it's very easy for me to make friends, but now the reliability part of it, that's the hard part.
But a friend is not really a friend if he's not reliable.
Yeah.
Because when we talk about a friend, we mean the loyalty, the reliability, someone you can count on.
True.
So if you cannot count on me, then
yeah.
definitely I'm not your friend.
Let's say it's easy for me to meet people.
Yes,
but now them becoming my friends.
No, what you're talking about is socializing.
Yeah.
It's easy for you to talk to that and maybe strike a temporary relationship with that person. You like enjoy the company, you talk, laugh, and chat, and
It's something that comes
now naturally with me. But now when it comes to making it last long, having a bond with this person,
that is where we draw the line.
Yes, that is where we draw the line.
Yeah.
So am I a reliable friend to you, Lemon?
Yes,
I'd like to know that.
Yes, you are.
It feels good to know that.
Yes, you are. You are a reliable friend.
Thank you.
I only roll with reliable friends.
Thank you. But don't continue, because ukiendelea kuongea now you'll come up to those things utaribu. Now, just put a pin on it. Hapo.
By the way, Azam.
Ukianza hizo sasa, by the way. Utaribu hii kitu.
Acha itengeneza,
achilia tu hapo. So yeah.
So Sony Primary ulikuwa when?
Class 8.
Oh, you joined Sony Primary class 8?
Yes, because from St. Benedict's, I was in St. Benedict's till class 7. So We went to class
Ulitoka Susana and then you guys
Benedict's. Yeah, St. Benedict's to class 7. From class 4, 5, 6 and 7. So when I was coming to sit for my
because I was new in class 8, you also new.
Yes. So it's like, it was like a notion in the past that if you want to sit for KCP,
you go to St. Primary now. Yeah, because I went there for, hata mimi
for that. Yes. So I went there.
You're tiny and cunning.
Yeah.
And very
Really?
stubborn. Yeah, tiny.
No, I said if you continue saying that, because
tiny,
we started by letting the audience know
stunning.
that I was very polished from the beginning, and now unaharibu hiki.
Manike, you're far from polished. Hapo sasa pay to limit. Hey Buddha, you're far from polished. But
what was happening? You can let me know about my life in primary school.
Class vibaya sana.
What was I doing?
Like ulikuwa tule mtu, a cunning person too. You are like utakuwa pale kwa noise making. Kuna time tutakuwa umetulia, like hadi people will be like, Koni, what's wrong with Riken today? And like we'll notice that you in the class. Ulikuwa ule msemenye. Nilikuwa ule mtu anaweza notice.
I wasn't this tall. I wasn't this tall when I was in primary. So I was to just make some known, just to make some voice,
for myself. Design akitulia hata tutamsahau.
Yes. So I had to make, and I think that is what made him think I was a lover boy, because I was cheeky, talking, interactive everywhere. So nilikuwa na
interact with.
Nilikuwa na slash one day.
He interacted that lady.
Slash.
No,
what do you mean slashing?
What do you mean slashing? What do you mean slashing?
Tukitumia ile slashing na kuslice and everything, we just mean kiona dem, I could come and just sweep her off her feet, then namchukua. Yes.
So yeah.
So ulichukua every lady kwa class?
Not every lady. I used to pick
when you're on a matter.
Like the head girls, the monitors.
Let's talk about the head girl for
No, we are not going there right now. We are not going there.
Definitely we are going there. Let's talk about
we are not going there because definitely I wasn't laid. Definitely. So that's why we are not talking about it.
I wasn't laid.
No, I didn't get laid.
You guys fighting over?
No, we were not literally fighting. Because
okay, give me a version. Give me a version, and then I give you.
Oh, so it was a race.
It was not really a race.
Let's hear a version.
Everyone wanted to have the head girl. Everyone was like, yo, this lady is so pretty, she matters and everything, and everyone was like, yo, we want to have the head girl.
And then if you
give me a version now.
If you're dating your version now, you are this.
I want to hear his version.
They even thought I was the head boy because now the response that came from.
Yes. You are dating the head girl.
So they even thought
Monica except me.
No.
I knew you was the fucking I knew this nigga is the short guy who's cunning and stubborn. Yeah, everyone except
but everyone
me.
else thought I was the head boy. Because I was dating the head girl. Yes, we were classmates.
So your classmates?
Not with the head girl.
You are dating this.
No. Check it. Give me a version. Your version, and then me, I'll tell my version.
So I went there for 1 year, like just in standard 8, and they are saying I terrorized that place.
Who is saying?
You. Because you're saying I was cunning and stubborn and everything.
Yeah, you were just stubborn. It's not like you were terrorizing the place. Mm-hmm. When we think of it, I think like no one expected you to just no one expected you to amount to anything because you're the shortest guy in class and everything, and now you are proving people wrong. You're proving us wrong that this person anaweza kwa top hivi but kumbe hakuna some cunning whatever, you see. Because we see people like we see short people and they don't even like talking much and everything, and you're not even like you're the tiny guy who's not even strong enough, who like can be bullied by anyone, but then you made sure that no one bullied you. You made sure that. So I loved that about I loved that about the character. And that's why we were friends, by the way. I loved the No. You're pushing it.
You're pushing it.
You're really pushing it now. So Rick, can tell me your version of this
head girl
thing, yeah.
You've always wanted to know that.
Yeah, because now realizing it, like just thinking about it, I feel like my version, of course my version and your version can't be the same. You see. So you said something about you slashing. So I want to really know if you slashed. Yeah, because you know what happened and you know what happened. So tell me what happened.
No. What do you know happened?
You said. No, just tell me your version first and then I'll just tell mine.
Well, I think like I was saying, moved in school.
Yeah.
I think we are done with the St. Benedict bit.
Yeah.
We went to primary class 8, Sony primary. And when I first came in, like he said, everyone thought like, yo, this is the tiniest guy in school, in class. So I was tiny and, and my
And
English
smart, by the
and
way.
my English didn't start now. Yes, my English didn't start now. Yeah.
So you were smart way back.
Yeah.
Is
I
this
think so.
what pulled this that girl?
I think we were just vibing because
Edgar ana vibe na watu wa class. Kizungu mjua inakwekana class nyingine.
Yes. And I think that was the beat because I can't say I was doing anything special or something. Can't say I had the muscles because there were big boys.
Yeah.
Who started bullying me because he said I wasn't going. I didn't allow anyone to bully me, but they were bullying me basically because now I was seeing the head girl, and they were like, yo, you can't have the head girl. So everyone wanted to intimidate me.
I didn't
And
know
then
that.
head girl was coming to your rescue.
Well, I don't know.
I didn't know that. I knew you were like that person who like
No. But they didn't really bully me directly like they come and hold your shirt. No, it used to appear whenever we were playing the Ajwala thing. Yes, so you find someone like I don't know whether to call their name, but.
Call the names, bro.
I should.
Yeah, call
So
the names, bro.
This podcast
Don't
allows
move on.
me to call their name.
We allow you.
Yes.
Do move on.
So basically, I think.
You know, my to squeeze it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emmanuel
was the guy, man. Emmanuel Mugule rap
Yes. So Emmanuel Moore.
and he will be in the podcast by there.
Yes.
Come, he will be in the podcast.
Please ensure that when Emmanuel is here, I'm here.
Emmanuel anakuja.
Yes.
Emmanuel
Please
anakuja.
ensure you call me when Emmanuel is here.
Akukwami sahi.
Yes, I
doing
know.
good. And,
I know.
So, man, people change.
People
bro.
do change.
People
But
do change.
I knew that it was meant for the army.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
say.
No, I know he would be ruthless with our enemies. Yes, he would be ruthless with our enemies.
If he can be ruthless with friends,
Yes, then he can be ruthless, extra ruthless with the enemies. So, yeah.
But then I feel like mtu akiendanga army anarudi kama amechill bana.
Yeah, I'm a chill ndio, but you see the whatever the manual is still inside.
Inside him.
Sasa
I'm a chill,
yeah.
yes, because of the discipline and everything.
Amekuwa discipline lakini akikuwa trigger deep.
Kidogo.
Atapea Emmanuel mnoma ule ruthless, alafu mwenye sasa ni ruthless
Ameingia
na amefundishwa tena. Unaona? So utakuwa na meet two people who are extra ruthless and you don't want to meet that.
I don't want to make that. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Tukicheza pale Ajwala,
Walikuwa na
kugonga mguu na alikuwa na zile viatu za Sony, zile zenye ziko na machuma juu, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, anakugonga zile mguu ndio like, yo Emmanuel, sasa si mpira iko pale na mguu iko hapa. Yo, mpira iko pale. Emmanuel anakujia mguu hapa.
Because of the head girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I think that was the reason. And then we didn't even date for that long.
What happened?
She
You didn't date for that long.
She was the kind of girl that
Mlikutana which term for in class 8?
I think term 2.
Term 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Not Tulikutana term 2. We just started playing in term 2. But now, she's the type of girl who likes to
Socialize with everyone.
No. Make her territory known. Like she marks her territory. She could pick me from class when people are going home. She picks me from home when people are going to school.
Nice, man.
Lunchtime, and I make sure ametembea na wewe. And then alikuwa ananunulia mtu ice. And everyone alikuwa na yo Riken na Edgar kula ice. So yes, I used to feel shy about it because she was the type of girl anajitokeza. Sisi hatuko tumejua hiyo shit ya kujitokeza, you know.
She was.
So ukaogopa hii maneno pull back.
No, I was just meek. Like, you just meek. You feel like intimidated because, like he said, no one really expected me to be that guy, and I wasn't expecting to be that guy. Yeah, so I was at some point thinking that no, this is temporary. This thing will just go on, and then at some point she will lose the kick, and then all of it scatters down. And indeed, she met someone else.
So is it you who called things?
No. No, it just died naturally because I think there was this assistant head girl, Erin. You know her.
I don't even remember the name.
Let's cut that off.
Yes. We're not doing.
Let's pretend the mic didn't hear that.
He said Irene. So shout out, Irene.
Yes.
Shout out.
So there was this point. I think when I came to revisit it later, I was like, yo, this lady now looks beautiful. Let me try and see whether she still likes me like she did in primary. So yeah.
The assistant head girl now.
Yes. So
assistant head girl pia alikuwa anakupenda.
So there was this.
Ulikuwa unapendwa na bazengu wawili.
So there was this collision. Walikuwa na collide nayo. So they were not really in good working terms.
So walikuwa nakupigania.
Yes. So it was like that, but not literally kupigania.
No.
Yes. Just that cold war like.
Walikuwa tuna cold war like this. The head girl and the
assistant
and her assistant are sikilizani sana. Just CJI. Ni maybe they had their issues.
Yeah, they had their own issues. But again, now come to think of it, she used to feel like, yo, kwani ni nini ako nayo yenye mimi sina, you know? Yes, at some point she even said that. Ni nini ako nayo yenye mimi?
Alikwambia.
But she was tall. She was taller than I was.
The main head girl now.
The assistant.
Oh, so
but at least the main head girl,
even the head girl was taller than you are.
Not taller like
no, bro.
Not as tall as
even the head girl was taller than you are.
Yes, but not as tall as
you are short and tiny.
Honestly speaking, if you look at how the assistant head girl was tall.
Oh, so okay, the assistant was way taller. But now the head girl
was
tall.
Was just tall.
Yeah.
But taller than I am,
yes.
But not as tall as the assistant head girl, because I could look at the assistant this way. This way.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So
at some point,
you were about to shift your focus somewhere.
Not really, but I think at some point I did shift the focus, but this thing died just naturally because it was just the topic of the day in school. Because even Mr. Nyakila could come to the assembly and say, "Anpokna neno pro box mayo ayo trailer." Imagine that, bro! Imagine that! It is the topic of the day. Like a teacher on duty comes to the assembly and talks about this thing like, I've never seen a pro box pulling a trailer.
But then,
you could have proved everyone wrong, bro. You are the pro box pulling a trailer.
But it was me and everyone was laughing like, this is the pro box pulling the trailer.
But then easy trailer kubwa uendeshwa na watu wamekonda kama.
No, this is different. No, there's a different from kuendesha trailer, driving the trailer and pulling the trailer. So he was saying I was literally pulling the trailer.
Ungejitetea useme you are driving the trailer. I don't pulling. You are driving.
Yeah.
So that was it. So when that happened when he was releasing the results, ilikuwa inaitwa Mirokaso.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when he was releasing the results of Mirokaso and reading the subject champions, I was the first in English and then the head girl the second. So this was the reason why we strike a balance with the head girl, you know, because we were like, yo, English and yours. And she was like, yo, what are you doing that I'm not doing? That is how literally relationships primary zilikuwa zinaanza. Yo, unafanyanga nini yenye mimi sifanyi, unaona? So we start that and then you're like discussing novels. She used to read novels and I used to read novels. Every time I went to borrow a book at Sony Complex Library, I used to take the science book or maths book but have a novel next to it. So every time I read and I read the novel, every time I study.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So he said that in the assembly ground in front of all the school, and now I'm supposed to come because he has called me Ricket Castle subject champion Mirokaso English. Now I have to come, and after that, all that embarrassment, now I have to come. So I still came. I had some short. I was short and had a short. So it was like reaching somewhere here. I used to look so funny in that shot, by the way. And
I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know.
Yeah. Now coming to think of it,
I wanted to say that, but I'm glad you say it.
I had the boots. You know, when Emmanuel hit my leg with the boots, I went and told my dad, I want these boots. So I got the boots.
Yeah.
So I was like, had the big boots.
Yeah.
Short.
Yeah.
And a big t-shirt.
Yeah. It was. Man, nigga, this nigga was looking funny. Like, I used to just see them to, like, I don't know why I didn't even realize that you guys were together. I'm telling you, I didn't realize. I don't know why, because you see, my version of that lady is so they started in term 2. CCTV started in term 1. Yes. No matter compare.
So
it's been
he was left.
Mimi na chana na kitu hivi hapo yana kujiaga. I don't know why these people. And I wasn't left.
Are you sure?
Are you sure you wasn't left,
Let me yeah, I wasn't left by then.
What happened?
So the thing that happened is we started it when Mrs. Version yangu hata hika tuna date, because like I said, ile time bado I was naive and I didn't even know anything that was
everyone was. I was also naive.
But she seemed like she was this lady who had just come from Mombasa, and she'd been in some primary for like everything, and she was good at English and Swahili, and I'd just come from my private school and everything, so I was good in Swahili and English, and I came to the school and she noticed me. So me, I didn't like go to her or anything, blah blah blah. She noticed me because I was good at English. I was I was singing by that time.
Yes,
I think I was an artist. And then I was not like so involved with people. Yeah, I would be involved with people the more I came there, because nakumbuka hiyo time I was new. People were telling me to vie for now that I was seeing the head girl, let me vie for being the head boy. But I was new, so Singapore position, they don't give you that position when you're a new person.
Yeah, they don't know you.
So yeah, they don't know that much, so I didn't. But yetu ilikuwa ni, the more like sifikiriagi sana, because the whole relationship didn't last that much. Because Taman nimeingia Sony Primary, sini wala watu tumekuja public school ndo, tupate good grade, alafu just the same reason as Ricken. And then there's this tiny boy, Ricken hata sikuwa notice yo Taman birthday. I was just like, ulikuwa unakaa wapi kwa class? Mbele karibu na door pale, right? Yeah, alikuwa nakaa mbele karibu na door pale, and then
that is the place where no one sees you, because mtu akiingia kwa class.
By the way, I saw like literally miss gonna notice him say, and then like she's like he just said, I was almost calling her name. This the head girl. Yes. Alikuwa mse mwenye she will really know how to mark her territory. But now sisi, I was so naive. So akwa mse mwenye, the same things alikuwa anafanya Rick, and that's the same thing I was being done for.
That is what they used to do. Like,
that is what
new,
like
and everyone wants to interact with the new kid.
Yeah. So mimi nimekuja tu hivi, and then night she's there and she's asking me about my story, na namwambia I'm just from Kisii, nilikuwa nasoma Kisii, and then ndo nikakuja sasa Sony Primary. So I was just telling her stories I could see and everything, and she was telling me stories of Mombasa, and that's how we just clicked. And now it look more of break time. Everyone like the teachers and the students watakuwa wanajua tu that games ikifika tu hivi atakamba class. Alikuwa that person anakuja kwa class na mwalimu. Na mwalimu anakuchukua. Yeah, she just comes, and then she had the courage and whatever that we didn't have.
No, she had that courage.
Yeah, we didn't have. So anakujaga na chukua class to like,
ako different stream, but now
ako different stream,
ako south, mimi niko east.
Yeah,
now she comes all the way from south.
Na unajua south iko wapi? South unapita staff room, like unakumbuka staff room na office ya principal bla bla iko katikati, and then tuko huko, and then hawa ko huko, so atatoka class yao apite hii class, apite staff room, apite whatever hizo offices, akuje east.
Anataka Ricken, anataka Lemon.
I'm telling you, it came because we are the same class. Yes. So she was dating me first, so alikuwa ananitaka first, and then sasa after mimi sasa the whole relationship ended when there's this time that there was a spy mwenye alikuwa amewekwa kuandika watu wenye
wana date.
So it was on a weekend and my name was there and with Wendy obviously. And so issue ilikuwa ni nani alikatia nani. So she came to me. Nikamwambia Wendy, baby girl, I don't know vizuri that we started all this relationship thing, but I have never come to you. You're the one who's only I have never, bro, imagine it, I'm just hata step my foot on South. Mimi nasikia Sauti kwa huko na sijata ingia so because I don't even have any friend from South. Udem literally ndo anakujaga happy go class yetu. Because I remember nilikuwa naingia South, Tama amekuja kunipick up. Alikuwa ananipick up asubuhi, we come to school. So
alikuwa anakuja kupick nyumbani.
Yeah, she was Buddha.
She's
alikuwa like the same script. Reading script kwenye Rigen amekusomea ndio alikuwa I'm sure she's done that to like
nguo.
Yeah, she's done that to like
pige viatu rangi muende shule.
Ama tungekutana rap hivi kwa stage alafu tupande pikipiki together because bro, mimi sikuwa napanda pikipiki. Mimi niko napewa pesa pikipiki na nachila au mabeshte wa Rigen kama kinolago ni nini. Olago kuna simu, siku hizi hata sina simu. Like we just listen to music kutoka Wendo hadi Sony, the vibe and everything. Tangu ni meet Wendy Buddha. Buddha kunanga kuchila ama fala.
Hakuna konga class nyingine.
Una kwa ule msemo mwenyewe.
Pay ile space. Games time.
Light ama copy. I was not even mimi nilikuwa nakula kwa there's this madhe mwenye alikuwa na chapati na Marioo kwa fence unapita the maize plantation unafika kwake. Mimi nilikuwa ule msee wa kukula hapo Buddha because like I was not like si nilikuwa class fulani chini ama nini no but boys manze tunaenda pale so you are the boys
kata yake
break time ni nini Undema mentor hapo because I'm new nimefanya kitu for like a week because sisi nilikuwa tu hapo for like a week and then we started. So hiyo wiki moja yote I was vibing with these friends, I'm trying to make because nimekwambia it's easy for me to make to make friends. So to socialize So akina Emmanuel maboys wangu akina whatever I was not seeing this guy he was tiny so yes kuna muona. But alikuwa ule like we were just vibing with watu there was this friend of mine called Saifat, there was this kulikuwa tuna mabeshto wangu wengine tulikuwa toka nao ndio. So tulikuwa wale watu tutaenda kwa sock kwa nini but since uenda amekuja kwa maisha yangu Buddha. Wewe uenda hata break time uenda. Wewe sasa unalishwa
vinono.
Wewe unakuwa ule mtu hey let me I brought you this and this and this. I'm like yo like why are you doing too much? No, I'm not doing too much. I just care about you blah blah blah. Issues that person would have conversations with and I'd teach her how because she was interested in
you making me miss Wendy.
She was
Can we call her? Because I miss her now.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I knew she'd call her name. I knew the more I discussed she'd call her name. I wanted it to come from you. She's a beautiful lady. So now Wendy is just that type of person mwenye and I think whoever she's dating or maybe she's married to right now will feel the same energy. The shida yetu ilikuwa ni sisi bado tuko wadogo
and we know how to reciprocate that.
Didn't know how to but let me tell you the truth that she's a beautiful woman mwenye she knew how to treat a man.
Mombasani wajua.
At that time alikuwa anajua how to treat us because alikuwa ule mseme she do everything unaona. I'd come mimi the one thing nilikuwa naweza create when the time ameni pressure that anataka kujua kuimba. Because I was a musician now she wanted to sing some songs with me. I'm gonna like let me so we be part and then me pen be part just write for me and then so we were singing and everything. That is the only time atani like nilikuwa naweza mfundisha kitu. That is the only thing ningemfundisha kwa hiyo mapenzi. The only thing ningemfundisha ni hiyo kuimba. Anything else ilikuwa ni all her because she teach me how to tie. She teach me like how to be nice and neat. She like
when you're working with the head girl, we used to wear the same shirt twice or thrice.
By the way.
Like you don't wash it until it's Wednesday and then you wash it for Wednesday, Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Yes. So when you now start working with the head girl, every day you have to wash your shirt if you have one.
True.
And if you have two, you wear it today, you wash it, wear the other.
For real.
So you become clean. Your socks lazima ile white strips zionekane.
Zionekane.
Like she was literally teaching you how to groom yourself. I used to not care, man.
I'm telling you, and that is one thing that I must thank her for, because alikuwa mse mwenye alikuwa anakuja kwa maisha yako, and then she teaches you how to become a better version of yourself. No, si ati alikuwa mtu mwenye ati OSG demanding on nini. We did not demand anything from us.
Even before akuambie, you know that this lady is neat, I have to be neat.
Yeah.
Before aku correct mwenyewe.
Me alikuwa ni, I think she's the first person whatever. She used to use this type of cologne. Ilikuwa too specific Wendy. And on the time mimi I was not even using any cologne and everything. See what Vaseline, bro. We don't care about the colognes and everything, but now you're with Wendy now, and Wendy sasa ako happy hivyo, and she's smelling nice, and alikuwa ananiachia jacket yake saa zingine, let me niachia jacket, let me niachia bag. I'm telling you, you won't wear the cologne, but ukishavaa hiyo jacket
you will smell like Wendy.
Upe Wendy, because like nimeenda na hapo hivyo manze, nimeenda nimelala na hiyo sweater yake, kesha asubuhi, the whole whatever, the whole morning breeze and everything, amekuja na sweater nyingine ameniachia hiyo. Uta hiyo sweater one night, ama maybe just 1 hour, one day.
And you're waiting.
You're smelling Wendy the whole week. Yeah, like she was using this strong cologne, and like alikuwa mtu mwenye anajua hizo vitu, and we didn't, so venye tuliachana is this, we just ilikuwa ni poa tu, everything was good. The lunch pia, it was a good thing. We had a relationship where we didn't even kiss, we didn't even like make up, we didn't even like everything, because nikwambia we just alikuwa anapiga tu mapecs and everything, na alikuwa ananipeleka slow, because he knew that mse maybe anakuwa ameenda kisi mtu anaweza kuwa ameimba, but story ya relationships ajui. So she was just taking things slow. So Nyakila comes with the whole list thing. Ameshaka spice, nimeandikwa hapo hivyo number 1, Diamond and Wendy.
He was the guy, Nyakila was the guy.
Nyakila alikuwa na chachi shule.
He knew whoever alikuwa anatafuna mewa chini ya underpass, alikuwa anajua whoever alikuwa anatembea na nani at what time, alikuwa anajua wenye walikuwa anacheza PS hapa post bank, alikuwa anajua ni kina nani wanachuna zambarau pefa, like how did you know that?
Umse yani alikuwa too much, like he knew things. Kwani sasa kwa shule atakuwa anajua everything. And now outside school bado anajua,
he still knows everything.
Because utakutana na Nyakila in some places so unashanga chiki buda. I'm in civilian, bro, like I'm not even what the fuck umse yako hapa aje. Like just some place you're doing something wrong. Utakutana na paru, utakutana na yeye. Unashanga umse anakuwa na time maji. So the list comes, and then Wendy anakuja na approach and be like, how do you tell that niko kwa list, and I'm not supposed to be ilikuwa alikuwa ananiambia story, she's not supposed to be in that list, blah blah blah. I was like, I'm not supposed to be in that list too. Kama kuna msee, I was that stupid by the way, kama kuna msee anafaa kwa hiyo list, akao list ni wewe. Because ni wewe you've been doing everything for me and everything. So I think that really hurt, because I was like egocentric to a kitambo. So my ego became the better of me, and nilimwambia vitu zingine zisikuwa nafanya nimwambie. That was very hurtful, very hateful by that time. So nikamwambia tu hapo hivyo ni nini, I don't care whatever.
She was so emotional.
She was very, she kind of just left and cried and everything. Now that's how we ended things. Now imagine,
did you find time to apologize?
I didn't. Like ndo maana nakwambia,
after primary when you just disappeared.
Other side, like if you meet right now, the first thing I'll do is to apologize.
I met her in Koru.
Oh.
She went to Koru Girls.
Also, yeah, but then mimi nilikuwa sawa gongo, kuna time Koru Girls hata amekuja kwa shule, but I didn't see.
She was in music festival.
Oh.
Yes.
So there's this time that I wasn't supposed to be singing the last time. So like tumemaliza KCSE and everything. I think that's the time yenye tumeachana that term 1. I mean Derek in that term 2. Term 3 was with my guy. Kuna huyu guy contest.
Okay, Emmanuel. No, wachana na weekly. Kuna huyu kijana mshort pia wakina Emmanuel Ume alikuja term 3. He came from class 7, akaingizwa term 3, and he was performing at the top. You don't remember that guy?
Alikuwa this smart kid.
Yes, and then he came and dated Trixie Muhula. You remember?
Trixie was the light skin guy.
Yeah, the stream lady. Yes, alikuwa stream yetu.
I didn't notice. Bana Kuna mademu sikuwa notice huko yani.
Yes.
No, but Trixie alikuwa Trixie was fine.
Trixie alikuja, she was fine, and then now this young boy wakina Emmanuel Mo, he was a relative wakina Mo, so alitoka complex at class 7 because he was overachieving in class 7. So akiletwa class 8, imagine mtu umeletwa class 8 term 2. You've not read about things in class 8 term 2, and he starts by performing.
Amekuwa sasa
amekuja na tupiga hapo na tuchapa left right.
Mimi so ni primary bro. Yani me I think public schools zote nimeendaga. Mimi like even the performance part of it haikuwa hata issue yangu. Because mimi
no, it wasn't so worried.
I was not even mimi nimekuja so ni primary, like I was like the average performer in nini, but mimi nilikuwa ule msewa 350 to 400 huko nitakuwa tunapata vizuri. So I just come to Sony Primary up, even then kuna ka interview tulikuwa tufanywa. Hiyo interview ilikuwa tufanywa blah blah blah, and then nafanywa interview, and then I'm number 1 in the interview. Kwa wenye wanaingia, unajua ukiwa unaingia Sony kuna interview fulani unafanyiwa, and then tunaingia Sony. Niko like buda, mimi sikuwa number 1 in my previous my private school. Yeye kwa number 1 mimi ni bazenga bro. And kulikuwa na boys wangu fulani tulikuwa na SMB because nilikuwa SMB hadi class 4 5. Tulikuwa na SMB that yeye pia alikuwa hivyo, and he was a very smart guy, but alikuwa mse mwenye anytime that nitamshinda by the if I remember correctly, anytime nitamshinda hata ongea na mimi. Anytime atanishinda sitaongea na yeye. We were that like we were having that kind of relationship yenye haikuwa. No, we were not like that close, but tulikuwa ile wewe uzinishinda bana. Wewe unanishindaje? It was the official guy, he was the performer, nini. So I just go and perform, nimshinde tu nimbo. Nimwangalie venyewe, like I was really happy that ameboeka nimemshinda, especially in the languages and everything. Na alikuwa na handwriting fulani ya box. He was having a good handwriting, a very unique handwriting. So, umse tumekuja interview blah blah blah, napata yeye pia amekuja interview so in prime. I'm like, god damn. No, sir, alikuwa with the smart guy, me alikuwa ananishinda. I was like really, I had to like really work hard and everything to need
mshinde kwa interview.
Of which bado siko namshinda kwa like overall, nilikuwa namshinda kwa subject fulani into English. So your English nikishamshinda mimi niko sawa tu. Atakuja boeke, but si ati alikuwa ananishinda generally. Si ati nilikuwa namshinda generally, singeweza mshinda generally. Alikuwa mtu wa number 1 2 3 huko. Mimi nilikuwa mtu wa top 10, but tuko number 8 7 9 hapo. I was very comfortable. Kwenda sasa private school sasa niko hapo in the middle. Mimi bado niko comfortable mbaya. Na kuja zone private hapa napiga interview nachukua namba. Niko like mimi ni bazenga. I'm not supposed to buda mimi hata sikuwa na care anymore. Mimi I didn't even like, I was not like reading that much. I was not like sikuwa ule mse. Mimi nilikuwa tu ule mse na kujaga shule and I make friends, I do my thing nini. So I think school life yangu ilikuwa tu ni I didn't want to try that hard because I knew sisi ati wanaweza nishinda.
Ni venye tu umewaachia.
Sisi ati wanaweza. Ati Riken, by the way, I was not even, because Riken was good at languages. And you can imagine mimi siku notice Riken ako good. Riken anaweza sema vizuri alikuwa number 1 in Mikasa or something. I didn't notice alikuwa number 1. For real. It was that I was that fucked up. Because maniga, I've been good in English my whole life. Mimi ndo nilikuwa na kwa that number 1s in everything in all schools nilikuwa. And then now here I'm in Sony Primary now, and I don't even notice that Riken alikuwa number 1. Unajua hii time leo ndo umesemesha na leo nimekuwa. Budu umeikuwa number 1 in English. Na reason ko like kumbe sikuwa nasoma walai. So it's that way to limit now when your timing in qualify after KCPE we're supposed to be, the principal alikuwa ananipenda, alikuwa ananipa chances za kuimba nini everything, so alikuwa ananipa hiyo chance because I had recorded some 2 songs. So alikuwa ananipa hiyo chance, and when you wanted a chance when alikuwa anataka hiyo chance tuimbe na yeye,
you after form 4 tena
you're like the last whatever we were like class 8. I knew like ule msemenye alikuwa sasa alikuwa na come kuniongelesha, but I was like, yo check tumechana tu hivi, umedate weekend, umedate weekly, hatuwezi
alikuwa na time rudiane tena,
alikuwa like being friendly and everything, and I was like really being an ass your time kwa like hapa sasa haiwezi. I thought when ule mtu you can sasa haiwezi, because it's not like I'm blind, and it's not like people don't tell me how Riken is treated, how Weekly is treated, and it's the same script.
And you feel so bad.
Because niko same class, si mimi ndio nilikuwa nakujua tamani hii class. Sasa hii Rick anakujua na tamti sijui ni weekly vama sijui ni mu boys mwingine the tiny guy mwenye sasa ako the smart tiny guy ndio sana nakujua tena. So I can see these things, unaona? But azikuwa zinaniuma venye sasa ati sasa hii nikifanywa kitu itaniuma. Imagine I was just okay with si weni ni weni blah blah blah. Haikuwa inaniuma sana because I don't know how we were that time tukiwa wadogo that mambo ya mapenzi and everything aingetuuma venye siku hizi if mtu akifanya hivyo saa hii man utafeel vibaya.
Yeah, I think we were just not aware that it was love and everything.
Tuko aware that
right now you're very aware that you're in love with someone.
Yeah. And
you acknowledge your feelings for someone.
And unajua umeset some boundaries hii siwezi fanyiwa nikiwa. So by the hiyo time hatukuwa tunajua. So hata tukifanywa anything hatukuwa tunaweza notice hiyo shit. So nimeenda pale ame request aimbe na mimi buda nililengea udem vibaya sana. And that is the last part nakumbuka about it. And then time sasa fast forward nimemaliza form 4. I'm performing in Florence, the Teddy Bear song. Wendy was there. Hapo pia nikamlenga vibaya sana. So mimi, I have some apologizing to do, for her because I was the ass.
Yeah, but then
it's not like I'm look for her because people want me move on side.
Yeah, but
siku moja what
you should,
if we meet,
you should just
the first thing I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was still young. You got the excuse. You're still naive and young.
That's not even an excuse. It's the thing. It's the reality. Nilikuwa mdogo ndo maana so high school ulienda wapi after?
So yeah.
I think ulinishinda English hiyo exam peke yake. Ulikuwa unanishinda English?
Not really your exam peke yake, but I think the English thing was mine in school. Yeah. It was just
you're the bazang.
It was just mine. Because even in high school
the English thing was mine.
No, even in high school.
That is like from what I remember, the English thing was mine.
It was yours, but you didn't really put so much efforts into claiming it because I think it just came naturally for me. Came naturally for me because ya kusoma hizo novels and everything.
Me I didn't like I was reading novels and everything but naturally nimekuwa too best in English for like shule zote nimeenda
umekuwa best
nimekuwa poa.
So I think
but I guess sikuwa nimeona tu hiyo sikuwa nimeput that energy in working on it and everything and so siku notice that who is even topping. I knew that I'm fit.
Yeah, so there's this guy alikuwa jirani. So tukiwa class 8 sasa kulikuwa na hii tuition ya Mr. Nyakila usiku and everything. So yes, usiku alikuwa na tuition hapo Sony primary usiku. So the people wenye walikuwa na wazazi wanajiweza walikuwa nalipia 500 kusoma hii term nzima. You pay 500 for the whole term and then unafanywa tuition usiku.
So ni nyinyi mlikuwa mna sneak pale usiku?
No, not really. I think Wendy alikuwa amelipiwa. So she used to pass by our house. And then, no, she just used to pass by and ananiambia twende tusome hata the next class so that once nimaliza tuition we can work together because now alikuwa anaenda tuition she moved to her relatives house.
Wendy nimeitamani.
Alikuwa amekuja kwa relative.
Usijali bro, usijali.
Kuna relative wake.
We didn't know shit. The painful part of it is we didn't eat.
Yes.
We didn't know shit.
Yes. That's just it. Like anakuja.
We didn't know shit.
Anakuja tumekaa kwa kitanda tuna watch Marvel then nothing friends really bro it hurts but I didn't even know
oh god wewe unasema buda kuna scenarios mimi nikikumbuka now that you're saying them mimi nikikumbuka the many times tulikuwa tunakaa kwa hiyo shule watu wangapi watu wawili
shule bro sisi kwa kitanda
and then kwetu pia
mnafanya na tamani udem lakini ni sawa.
Tumeka bed. But anyway, so the reason why we called it off with Wendy, I think we should mention that. The reason why we called it off once she moved to Sony to her relative's place. Unaona ile block yetu. And then there was this block, 2 blocks and then kwa relative wake. So immediately block yetu ukienda chini. So nakumbuka penye tulikuwa tuna stay.
Yeah.
Nenda chini kuna block moja, block ya pili and then kwa relative wake. So in the next block after ours kulikuwa na huyu kijana alikuwa anasoma Sony complex. Alikuwa anajiita Allen. So when he was coming to our place, hizi majioni alikuwa nakutananga na Allen. Wanaongea kidogo na so
Allen took over, Allen.
Yes.
Allen took over, man.
Yes, Allen took over.
That's painful, bro.
Yes.
That's painful.
So after he took over,
the Allen guy alikuwa mpenzi ni fiti.
So alikuwa na
so Allen anaijaka
yes. So instead of yeye kufika kwangu anachukua Allen bwana. Mpaka Olago akaanza kuniuliza hiyo, kwani siku hizi ukujiwi?
God damn, but imagine miss kufikishana hata na yeye hizo places. I guess yetu hizi kwa zile za manovel and nini. I guess we just shared the love for music.
But at some point I still remember the song she loved and we even sang it. I even had to master the lyrics, but so that ikifika jioni we can sing it. No, I can't deny it because she was putting in the effort and I was like, yo, I can also put in some. Yes. So unajua hii song ya Payphone ya Maroon 5.
Yeah.
I'm on a payphone trying to call home. I mastered that song, yo. I know it's hard to remember the places we used to be. It's very hard. Next to me. Yeah, so I even had to master the lyrics.
Hey, your song hadi wa leo bado hizo my lines do Peter do.
No, I have to.
Classic 105.
Nilikuwa Olago alikuwa na button phone yake mahali. Alikuwa na
Olago alikuwa one of the people kwa maisha yangu mwenye akona simu.
Always he only had a phone.
That guy, hey.
Olago alikuwa na simu.
So he gave me my first songs in my phone. My first ever songs zilikuwa songs zake. Alinitumia.
So Olago alikuwa na ile simu na alikuwa na memory card. So alikuwa anaingia to bid. Was it to bid? Yes, just to bid. Alikuwa anaingia to bid.com ana download alafu so I used to ukiuliza Olago hiyo simu yake nilikuwa naiomba because alikuja kukaa na mimi Sony. My dad was not always around, alikuwa anakaa nyumbani. Hiyo time tulikuwa tunafanya exam. Kuna kaka nyumbani. So tulikuwa tunakaa na my I would like to call him my uncle, but he's younger than I am. So nilikuwa nakaa na yeye. Sister yangu alikuwa ameshaenda high school. So tulikuwa tunakaa na yeye, tulikuwa tunaitwa. So Olago came, tukakaa na yeye tulikuwa watatu. So I used to have that phone ya Olago listening to this song every day, every evening, so that nishike tu hizo lyrics. Ikifika jioni games time tuimbe under the tree.
Chini ya miti.
Say chini ya miti naongelea. So it was that way. So when Allen took over,
I think yours was
I'm enjoying man.
Yeah, but yours was beautiful because sisi hatukuwa na those like sisi hatukuwa na those moments because
you know mapenzi sasa.
Yeah, so when Allen took over, I don't know whether I felt bad or not, but I was young.
You did.
I can't really remember how I felt.
You see me nikeulizwa hivyo bana depends bana. Siku hizi kujiwi.
Hiyo na ile hata.
Hiyo ndio sasa
ina trigger sasa.
Hiyo sikujiwi.
By the way, siku hizo unajua boys wangu. Oh by the way, yeah, ina bring out a lot of questions.
So I used to see them together. Unajua ukiwa pale Sony, hizo manyumba you can see people together just from the window walking around. Yeah. Kulikuwa na istingo ya kwenda soko mjinga. Unajua soko mjinga? Kula masmoki na masamosa.
So unaona
wakipita. Unaona
na sasa hiyo anatembea pole pole.
Yes. They're talking, laughing, and she didn't even mind that someone could be here listening to them or watching them. So it looked funny. It looked fun. No, I was not stalking her, but again, it looked funny because windows are Sony pale. Because zimewekewa grill, hizi bar grills. So ukikaa pale you're like in a prison now watch people from outside. So it felt so bad. Watching from the bars and
only kapitia
someone is in my position right now working with the girl of my
but it happens like right now. The lady I used to crush on Lemon is pregnant, and I felt so bad. Who did that?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Don't mention that. So bad.
Right now, Sai.
Crashing on
Sai, like Sai. I
see, like yo, who did that?
Yule demako.
No, don't say that. Don't say that, Lemon. Don't say that. Don't say that. That's not funny. No, that's not funny. I'm not laughing. That's not funny.
And then I like her legs.
She had beautiful legs, man. Beautiful legs.
But then you did. Why did you tell her that you like your tumbo?
No, wait. Before the tumbo ilifura, before the
the
tumbo ilifura, there was this one particular time I was making some cakes.
Why is set intention? Yeah,
You remember I was making some cakes.
Yeah, and you're selling.
So yeah, I went there literally just to see her and talk to her and told her I brought you some cakes. I didn't even sell her the cake. I gave it to her.
Goodness.
Na ukapeana tu kitu ukusema eti.
Okay, I saw her drinking a soda because you can see someone drinking a soda. Unakunywa soda, wacha nikupe kitu ya kukunywa na soda. And I think it was that particular time that I would have done something. I even took her number, bro, but she gave me her number, but I never used that number.
You only met bana.
Hata ufaye mgote, uoni. Yes, ulikuwa you had a crush on.
Yes,
on
but
her.
sometimes crushes should just remain as crushes. You know that. Yes, sometimes it's just good if they, because if I were to date her.
Excuse me.
Saizi ingekuwa
Simu inalia lakini ni nini mtuambii?
What is not happening?
Saa mbili anapigiwa na so ni wewe kuambia udemu.
I didn't tell her.
Umejua
but yes, sasa ikiwa mimi ni mkubwa hivi like I'm just this old and I know how to make my intentions known, but I didn't.
Why were you afraid, you know?
I don't know. I've always been the guy mwenye anaendea ile kitu nataka, but I don't know why I didn't go for this one.
Damn.
I don't know why I didn't go for this one because I always looked at her and was like, oh, this lady make me really good, make me really happy, and we would look good together. But I didn't. I always like taller ladies, you know. Yes. So.
Yeah, and she's so tall.
Yeah, she's so tall.
But then here, I feel like ni wewe ulijimess up on you. Sasa hata ukiregret.
But it's not like regrets or something. I just felt so bad when I realized she was pregnant.
But then, how comes that you
I don't know.
To each time ulikuwa unamuona, si wewe peke yake unamuona?
Yes, I know. I know that.
So,
but I feel so bad she's pregnant. It's just natural for me to feel bad.
Yeah, that's
she's
true.
Pregnant.
So maybe you tell me a bit about your high school life kidogo before.
Yeah. Yeah.
High school maneno yamekuaje?
High school? Maneno ilikuwa tu poa. Still the stubborn and cheeky guy from primary.
Ni mtu haizi ongea na she's someone who we're going to interview, so okay. I was just talking to her. She's just confirming that it's more naangalia hiyo buda.
Yes, ni venye umemsave.
Oh yeah, see, you know
the crazy monkey.
no,
yes,
funny way.
So went to high school. Onjiko High School.
Onjiko boys.
Yes.
Pale karibu na Hero.
Yes.
I know that
if
place.
you know about Onjiko.
Ulitoka huko?
Yes. Ulitoka Onjiko boys. Yes.
Niliwahi kwa Onjiko.
So if you know about Onjiko.
Niliwahi kwa Onjiko.
Like ulikuwa pale? Ulisoma huko?
Niliwahi kwa Onjiko.
Kufanya nini?
Went to evangelize.
Oh.
You met some beautiful chicks there.
But you went to evangelize. How do you meet some beautiful chicks?
Kwani
bro, those times see you ilikuwa ile place ya unko see you don't have to be seen with a woman or a lady. You can't talk about relationship stuff. You have to maintain the holiness. How come you met some beautiful chicks?
Not this guy.
That depends.
Not this guy, yeah. Not this guy.
And I can remember
it's Adi baby.
I remember the organization that came with
Adi baby. Oh god. Even though mademo anamuita Adi baby.
Adi baby. Okay. So went to high school. Pale high school tried a lot of things. Like was found in almost every place.
Relationship.
Tried relationships. I met one particular lady from Higher Girls. She was very beautiful. Alikuwa anajiita Christian. So I used to look forward to the music festivals.
But Higher Girls was just next to
Yes,
you.
but we could meet on science congresses. Hizi tukifanya hizi mamos, tukienda music festival. But at the music festival, that's where I met her. She was beautiful, very beautiful. I think most of the guys when tulikuwa tunaenda now music festival, walikuwa wanataka, walikuwa wanakukatia ya. So I felt so good to, you know,
to roll with a beautiful
to roll
chick.
with a beautiful chick who is a spec and everyone wants to have. So the disadvantage of having a beautiful chick who everyone wants to have is that the relationship won't last long. Yeah.
Why?
Because the beautiful chick who everyone wants to have knows that everyone wants to have her. Yes. So it makes it very hard for you guys to really strike a balance in the relationship unless she's someone who
is mature enough
to know that.
Why do we like relate mature with this shit? It's not that.
No, it's maturity and exposure.
Maturity.
No, it's maturity and exposure because when you're mature enough and well exposed, you'll know that
when you're mature enough and well exposed, you'll know that even your man, there are ladies who want your man too.
Yes, that's true. But so again, if you're mature enough and exposed enough, you'll know the difference between the guy who loves you and wants to be with you and the guys who just want you because they feel you are attractive and they want to have a piece of you.
You know that has nothing to do with maturity.
What?
Knowing the you can never know because siku hizi nyinyi watu bana mnaendaga pale vile mnawapenda and you know you want to hit.
Watu gani?
Nyinyi watu.
Watu gani?
Nyinyi watu. Because I'm telling you,
bro,
a lady should not be. A lady is not like a true or false machine. Mwenye anajua huyu anadanganya na because man, bro, me I know you guys bana mnaendaga pale na ma promises zingine hata iko ni mimi ni dem, I'll be convinced manzi. Yeah, so coming to time of you, we blame ladies on like.
No, we're not blaming them. But coming to think
so
of
it,
you're saying that so long as you are mature and exposed, there is mature and exposed who will still fall for your tricks.
But then, so long as you know you have your man, why still fall for another?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that amesema if you're mature and exposed, utakuwa unajua kama huyu anakuchezea na huyu anakutaka ya ukweli.
I didn't say that.
Huyu Kenya amesema ndio Kenya najaribu.
I said that when you're mature and well exposed, you know better to stick to your man than to just
it doesn't, you know, sticking is loyalty. Mature and exposed doesn't it's not like when you're mature and exposed you're now a loyal, bro.
Okay.
Kuna kenyeji ni loyal kuliko
this is my version of the story, Lemon.
Yeah.
My version of the story. Not yours. Not yours. I would like to call it maturity and exposure.
All right.
You'll call it loyalty in your story.
Yeah.
So this lady, she was very beautiful.
Okay.
And she was like every guy's dream. Okay. So we had each other for some time. We used to write each other letters. Tunakumbuka lei ndio ilikuwa communication ya ile time. So
photo books.
Yes. So every time my rogazo alikuwa anakuja kwetu, lei inatoka huko every time wanarudi na reply.
Lei lakini tulikuwa na shine zingine nzuri.
Yes.
Lei ati letters sasa ni lei. Mletwa lei.
So it is fun. Every time my rogazo alikuja, tunangoja. Mbona sijasikia yangu ikiletwa? Bana imefika jioni leo hajakuja, kumbe mtu alipewa ameenda kusoma leo yako kwanza ndio ametoa pin asome na kumbuka the one reading your letter ni rival. Amekuwa akitaka huyu dem. So anaenda na make sure that amepata ile yenye rikia ameandika.
Na haezi muandikia reply manze mimi umeniudhi manze.
Well, it did happen, but I think it used to happen. But it did happen on my case because no one really did that.
Yeah, people were wicked.
Particularly because angejua the way I write, because the way I wrote, I used to write a poem.
By the handwriting, by the handwriting bit gonna say.
Yes, but not the handwriting bit, but I used to write a poem and then do a note at the bottom. So my responses were usually in poem version. So sikuwa na maandikele I love you, I used to write point.
Sasa umejua the divorce letter is not usually poetic.
No, but she would know that
that's
this
not
language is not Rican's language. Angejua. So, yeah, she was coming from Kisumu, and at high school alikuwa already amebeba. So I wonder how she looks like right now.
Maybe
God damn it, Christian.
Maybe alishusha.
Nigga say ana confess uko.
Now I wonder how she looks like.
Maybe alishusha mizigo, wezi jua.
No, I didn't shusha mizigo because the last time I saw her was on LinkedIn. She was wanaitwanga aje our models or whatever who like advertise something for.
She's a model right now.
Yes, she's a model. And she's programs lead for Toyota Industries in Mombasa. Yes,
so she's that rich right now.
She was, I don't know whether she's rich or not, but she's the program lead for advertisement and awareness and everything about pushing for the sales Toyota vehicles and stuff. So I saw
her of the face.
I saw her on
the marketing
face.
Yeah,
the marketing face.
Okay.
I saw her on LinkedIn. Yes,
so you specifically went to
Shusha Mizigo. No, I was on LinkedIn and then met people you may know, people you may want to interact with, people you are interested in. Yes, she was there. So, yes, she was there.
She was there.
I even wrote her a message.
You even wrote her a message?
Yes. I don't usually ignore how I feel. I can't ignore how I feel.
Meaning you still feel
no, I saw her and it brought back the feelings,
Oh, and Ali responded?
Yes, she responded.
Wow.
Yeah, she responded and even
right
gave me
now,
her number. No, we just talk. We just talk. I always like to keep my people close.
Do you want to light the fire?
No, I already have some fires lit, so I would like to light that fire up because some.
Then why try tearing kibrit?
No, I'm not trying kibrit. We just talk. Tunaongea. Tunaongea to like you could talk to someone because in relationships when you don't get to have sex with each other and get intimate with each other, there's not usually that strong bond that could make you guys come back together and do some stuff. Unless we decided to try it out because we never did. Unless we decide now because we didn't try it out, let's try it out and see how it would look. So yeah. But if that was not the case, because even right now if we meet Wendy, we just strike a balance and be friends and stuff. But not, it's different from someone who you've seen naked and had sex with, gotten intimate with, kissed and stuff.
No, but they are quite different, by the way. But
different.
Let's just summarize on the high school part because lazima ukuje in the next episode mazi to discuss maisha yako. You must tell us when you're coming again. The next time tuna record mazi will come. Please promise us that you're going to come again so that tukuje to discuss now like from high school and then because man it's been 2 hours of non-stop discussion and it's still fun, but and I don't want to end this shit, but we have a guest that is coming up.
So let's just finish on the high school.
Let's
went to Njiko High School. Did my shit there. Was everywhere. In journalism club. Was in music club. Environment club. Was trying to do everything just like I used to do in primary, just to make a voice known. I only became tall after high school. So this tall, I only got.
Like you're not tall,
But at least I'm taller than you, huh?
No, you're not taller than me.
I think so.
You guys are rivals, man.
You're not taller than me.
But I think I am taller than you.
It
depends. Am I taller than you? It depends. You can tell us the truth. Am I taller than you?
Sorry. You got tallness, bro. It's not like we're rivals, we're friends. So like, we like to just compare.
So finished high school, got some grades. I don't know whether they were good or not. But
according to you,
some people unasema it's not good, bro.
I got a B+.
We got a A+.
Went to
A++. Ndio useme kufiti.
Went to college, so we'll think
about high school up hivi. Umeniambia that you met someone and then mkaachana.
Yes.
Waliachana
It
juu
didn't
alikuwa
last
anataka na
long.
kila
Yes.
mahali.
So it didn't last long.
Easy
So
kwa.
the reason was
sisi check nimekuacha juu nataka
no, the reason was you know I was the jealous type of guy. And I think I still am. Because I was the jealous type of guy. I always
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I think I still am.
Because
I'm even jealous that my crush got pregnant. I'm even jealous.
But it's normal, bro. I'd be jealous too. Yeah,
but I was very jealous.
Never meet your celebrities.
And then she was like, she used to give this guy's audience, and I was like, yo, I can do this.
Yeah. Unajua, but if that is one thing with me, by the way. If there's one thing that I like, that most men like is we want to have women who don't give any other man attention apart from us.
So it was like
you just want to mark your territory.
Yes,
and then very important to date or to be with a woman who you know who is with you and you alone. Very important.
Yes,
hey. Yes. Just a minute. Jana tulikuwa meeting na madam. The madam that anakuaga chairman of the whole other thing. So we were meeting and we were discussing some things. I forgot anambia that I noticed something about one lady mwenye alikuwa pale. And the lady, how I'm not going to mention the name, but at least alinambia it just took her one day to notice that she's very young. And now imagine him kitu nilikuwa nimeambia day before. Ameniambia it took her one day peke yake ku just angalia dem in the event kujua that she's very young, anapea kila mtu attention na yeye pia anataka kuwa involved kwa vitu nyingi afanyie and ni ule mtu bado haizitakata any one of us a settle na yeye ama like that could date like on a serious note, because he's not someone who wants to settle ama who even knows what she wants by side. So ni ule mtu mwenye the best she can do ni kuchezea to the boys wenye wako age yake until afike ile point sasa atakuwa ataanza tu kumature enough and everything. And imagine madam ananiambia that she can see that in one day. Anaona tu mseni one day hivi. Kwanza atakuwa hapo the whole day. Alikuwa hapo for like maybe 2 or 3 hours. Na ashajua dem ni hivi. She even disguise ali to describe pole dem mwenye there's this lady mwenye our friend alikujana in the last event. Unakumbuka that model? Malipata Karongo. The beautiful one blah blah. Alisema the same thing about it. Okay, a little bit mature, but she's still that lady. Mwenye ukikuja hapo useme unde miaka ndio tena atakuangalia cheke tu aseme sawa. Unde mako for a month. Unajua hivyo. Because akona mafans wanamtaka na yeye pia bado akona watu wengi anawataka and bado so akona nasema what is good for us sahi ni we just find if you really want to date. Kama tunataka kuchezana tuchezane because tuko kwa hiyo age by the way, but tukishafika sahi because our age sahi we are supposed to be like just so done. Like 20s hadi uko 30s, by 30s sasa unafeel like you are so done with the games and now unataka kusettle. Hiyo time ikifika
I think for men it's at 30 because at 20 still
20 is bado yeah. So but kuna men unajua sisi tunaweza kama tukuseta hata 50 so it doesn't matter. Ni madem sasa wako na time limit. So ikifika hiyo point yenye sasa we want to settle, we will only go for huyu mtu mwenye Rickens describe that yana ataka ule mtu mwenye si atataka tu na kila mtu. Yes, attention utapewa bro. Hata mimi napewa attention. Kuna places nikienda anapata attention. Kuna places ukienda, kuna places Rickens akienda anapata attention from ladies bro. But you now specify
boundaries.
Boundaries zinakuja hapo ni nini. So if you are with that bro utasikia fit hata utasikia fit if you're rolling with a lady when unajua vizuri she's beautiful. Unajua vizuri watu wanamtaka kila mtu, but then
she got eyes and the time for you. So
and you only have the time for her and eyes for her. Inakuwa very beautiful. So sisi hatujafika hiyo level. I'm sorry guys, but bado.
So the most painful bit is that I went for ice cream. Tulikuwa tumekaa hapo music festival.
So that's an heartbreaking story.
So ile design Mandea ice cream. You just took a break. Then you go get us some ice cream. Then you come back and you find the guy who read my letter in school. Kwenye alichukua ile layer kwa sababu talking to him, they're laughing and they're like ile high school thoughts to like sasa huyu jamaa ameshamteka.
Because high school unajua tayari unajua what is what. So
yes so nishajua jamaa amemteka ule And he was the type of guy alikuwa anakuja na kuambia in your face that
nakutaka.
No. Now.
Anakuja anakuambia mimi nimemteka. You are in trap, bro.
Yeah, so we find them laughing, and then when you come, she dismisses him.
Umeleta hii
ice cream yako, you look stupid there. Yeah, but she took it, but she dismissed him, but I still felt bad. She dismissed him that we were having a conversation with each other, so he has to leave. So ice cream ilichukuliwa, but now you come holding 2 ice creams and you find your lady busy with another guy. You feel so stupid holding the ice cream. So yeah, I felt so stupid. And then
no, but kwani angeongea na msee jameni?
No, that was high school me.
Yeah,
high school me back then. I'll dismiss, yes, but I didn't see that. Like I can see it. You know, like I can see it now.
Fire ongea.
Yes. That's how I felt. Yes, it was over possessiveness.
You're very
that was a thing.
You're very possessive.
That was
now.
my thing.
Very.
I was very over possessive, very jealous, and always wanted my thing to be my thing. You know, just wanted my thing. To be
kama yeye she's a commodity na for yako.
Yes. So I feel like owning her. But coming to look at it right now, I feel like I was so naive and wasn't so much exposed.
Because
I still feel like
Kamali dismissed.
I still feel like if you love someone, I felt like if you loved someone, you only got time for them, You cannot be serious with another man. So that's how I felt. It's different from now. It's different from now because right now everyone has their life because I'll be seen with ladies, she'll be seen with guys. But I still have some sense of jealousy in me. So
you said you have some fire burning, Rene?
Yeah, I do.
And then you still have crush
on the pregnant lady.
No, but you can have crushes.
The crush ilisha tu hivyo bado.
No, I felt so bad and then
you can take care of having the
No, I killed the thing. But I said I didn't want to date her. I didn't want to date her. I just liked her, Like when you look at someone, you crush on her and then you feel
you didn't want to date her. Pana angekuja sema you guys should be dating, ungekata. Ungekata, yeah. So don't give me that.
No, I didn't want to go the extra mile ya kumdate.
You wanted to go. You didn't just know how to go. And ulikuwa umeogopa tu. If you have bro, unaweza kuwa na mistari zote.
But that was the first time I got scared. I was telling her the best that I always go get what I want.
Yeah, true.
But this was the one particular time tunakaa pale na limi niko tuk-tuk. Naambia honestly let me go and then I can't go there.
Hakuna nyasha kuna kila kitu then Rigen anaona miguu. Bro, honestly miguu.
Never kuna the boobies, the nyash and everything.
Man, but tell us unakuja hapa next when manze. Are you coming the next recording, bro? Just create some time to end episode 2 because we have a lot to discuss to discuss. So just give us your word that you're coming. Give the champions your word so that you can
champs, I think we can create another time because even today I really had to struggle to wake up.
Manze at 5 manze. We had to be here at 5 ndo tuanze hii kitu mapema because sahi tunataka and I know this guy ayakisema anakuja hapa by 5 anakuja hapa by 5. And imagine if I found him here.
That was very bad.
And that was so and I apologize. And I'm very bad. And I'm very
But sorry. You said breakfast is on you, so after this we are going to have some
breakfast.
So right now, sign out.
It's been a pleasure having you, and my guy here. And we're going to post this episode earlier in the weeks because we have like a couple of episodes to post before this. But hey, everyone who's enjoyed this episode, please. Kuna like hapo, just comment, subscribe so that we can just share the stream so that ifike watu wengi sana. Anything you have to say before we close it up?
No, I think if I look handsome and polished, they should put it on the comment.
What the fuck?
But again, it was nice talking about myself. I don't do this mostly because I don't know how to talk about myself, like I said. But I found myself just talking.
It's beautiful. We're having normal conversation.
We're just having a normal conversation and talking about stuff. So it felt nice. I think I can create some time we can have this again.
Thank you.
Because there's a lot I think we can talk about.
Unaweza kwa Jinti, a friend of mine, asemanga we have a lot to unpack.
Yes, we have a lot. We've not even talked about the Musuku.
Yeah, bro. No, nakwambia buda. We have a lot to unpack in the next episode. Ndio tunakuja na vitu. Ndio achana na hii sasa. Ndio sasa tunakuja na this nigga has a very fucked up social life and a very good religious life. So we're going to talk about everything. Depends. Any last things?
Alright, so today's Jaba.
Yeah, give us some Jaba.
Ushaigongewa na sio mayai.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so mimi niligongewa usiku wa manane. Juzi. Niligongewa pop. Kuamka hivi kumbe ilikuwa ni mwizi alikuwa ananigongea mlango.
Ni Jaba, hizi Jaba zako hizi bro, yo, it's a rap. Woo! Hey,